Hi everyone, my name is Gretchen and welcome to my channel. This is Boho Prep Thrift and Resell, and this is my very first YouTube channel ever. Like ever. So bear with me. I am going to do my best to stumble my way through this and learn a lot about editing along the way, I'm sure, or maybe you'll just see all my mistakes. I am a part-time reseller and I live in Denver, Colorado. I've actually been reselling for about 15 months. Like many people, I got started on Poshmark and then I started cross-posting to a lot of other platforms. I list on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, Tradesy, Grailed, Depop, and occasionally Citizen. I think I got them all. But I will say that most of my sales are on eBay these days. Poshmark being the second highest selling platform, and then Mercari and Facebook. And those others are just like an occasional one or two a month. I figured for my first video, I would share an April recap and I'll tell you what sold, how much I made on those items, what platforms, my cost of goods, all of those things. Plus I'm going to tell you how did I keep my side hustle going while I was gone for more than half the month. So for April, I had to put all of my stores and closets on hold for at least 16 or 17 days, 2 separate time periods. So how I made that happen was, first of all, with eBay, it's very helpful. You can keep your store open and you can have a message appear. I think it appears like a banner at the top that tells your buyers that you're away and when you'll be back and when you'll be shipping. They don't always see that, unfortunately. So about every 2 or 3 days, any sales that would come in, I would message the buyer, let them know that I was out of town, when I'd be shipping, and ask them if they needed to cancel instead, if they needed it sooner. Nobody ever needed to cancel. Almost everyone responded back to me and said it was no problem. I would say a lot of people said they didn't see the message, but thought it was fine anyway. For the others, I did have to put them on hold. So for Mercari, unfortunately, there's not a way to put things on like a vacation or time away mode that I have found yet. So you have to unlist everything, which is a hassle. I have over 700 items now. And so that was a pain. You can do it in chunks, but I unlisted everything. And then for Poshmark, I was able to use the vacation mode, and Facebook also has a vacation mode. Honestly, Tradesy, Grailed, and Depop, I just kept open because I don't make enough sales there. I figured if I did make any sales, I'd reach out to them, see what the buyer wanted to do. And I just didn't make any sales during that time period, so it wasn't an issue. And then about 3 or 4 days before I returned, I went ahead and reopened everything to get things going. And to keep up with my sales goal, which is at least $2,000 in profit a month, so that's profit after cost of goods and after marketplace fees. I also accepted almost all offers that came my way. I really took a lot of low offers. I had my eBay closet on sale, 25% off of everything, and then I was sending out offers on top of that, and sometimes I would take a counter offer on top of that. I just wanted to keep things moving, especially if those items had been around for a while. I will say I probably accept most offers in general, but this time around it was a little painful because I was already reducing prices quite a bit. And once I did reopen up all my other closets, I was sending out offers as much as I could. And I almost hit that $2,000 a month goal. It was $1,955 and some change. So I'm just going to count it as a success. I am trying to get that goal up, of course. We all want to increase our monthly sales goals. 2,200 is my goal for this month of May. Now, that said, I am going to be out of town for a week in May and probably a week every month coming forward. Okay, so let's get into the April recap. I sold 141 items this month. I'm not going to share every single one of those sales. We would be here forever. But I figured what I would do is I would tell you the top 10 as far as profit margin goes, the top 10 fast flips, like what sold like in a day, in the same day. And then I'll share 5 bad buys because we all pick up bad buys. And you will notice that I sell a lot of plus size clothing. That is how I got started on reselling, was selling out of my own closet. During the pandemic, I started selling all of my clothes so that I could earn money for one of those fancy spin bikes. I did not get the Peloton. It wasn't that fancy. I got a knockoff, but it was still very expensive, a couple $1,000s. And I wanted that bike so bad that I sold all my clothes. That's how I got started. So I have an affinity for selling plus size clothes. As you know, there's just less of them out there in the world. Fewer people make them and sell them. A lot of times you have to find them online anyway. The styles and variations are not as great. And, you know, I'm just doing a service for my curvy girls out there and helping them find some cute clothes. We got a top right here. Torrid, isn't that one really cute? Very boho, tassels, as you can see, I like that. Boho Prep Thrift and Resell is the name of this channel, and I guess I should tell you a little bit about why that is. That is how I describe my own personal style, a little bohemian, a little preppy, mostly just wearing sweatpants at home now, but when I was getting dressed to go to work, that was my style. Also during the pandemic, I did a little, I mean, we were bored, right? So I did a little exercise where I tried to figure out what is my personal style, and you were supposed to give your style a name, and I named it Boho Prep. So that's what I named my store. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of bohemian and preppy type of styles. I'll pick up anything. It doesn't have to be something that I like, but you know, it is more fun to sell things that you like. So, okay, so we're gonna dive into the top 10 sales based on profit per item, so that profit margin. The first item sold on Poshmark, it was a Bowden dress, and the title was Bowden Plus Size 18 Embroidered Floral Cotton Spring Summer Dress Flutter Sleeves. It sold in the same day, and I got it at a local Goodwill for $8.69. For price and profit, I'm just gonna round here because otherwise we're gonna end up with some awkward cents. So the list price was $55. I took an offer for $46. And it may have been actually that Posher VA sent out an offer with discounted shipping, but the cost was $46 and my profit on that was about $25. This was a beautiful dress, but for some reason I got a 4-star review, or her feedback was just other. And then, I don't know, I almost always get 5 stars, and I have really tried to not let any of that bother me anymore because, all right, so the next item I sold on eBay is an Eileen Fisher skirt and top set. The title was Eileen Fisher, size extra small, 100% silk, black minimalist button-up top maxi skirt set. It took 93 days to sell, so almost 3 months, or a little over 3 months. And my list price for that was $75. I accepted an offer of $64. My cost of goods was $19.50. I got it at a local consignment store, and so I paid up a little bit for it. I figured with the 2 pieces, you know, with 100% silk Eileen Fisher, I'd probably spend up to $10 on each one of those. So I went ahead and paid the $19.50, and my profit was $30. My profit per item averages probably about $15. These are pretty high for me. I would love to be in this range all the time, but I'm not. So these are pretty good. So I figure if I can make, after fees and everything, $15 on something, that helps me determine whether I should pick it up. I'm not always spot on with that, but the next item sold on Poshmark, these were Rocky Mountain jeans. Does anyone remember the 90s, 80s Rockies, made here in Colorado? They were Western tight fitting jeans that we wore to go dancing. I guess you could call it boot scooting, two-stepping, whatever you want to call it. I lived in Texas in college, and I wore Rockies myself. We wore them skin tight and starched, and that's what these were. These were Rocky Mountain jeans, vintage 90s Rockies, size 5, high rise, high waist, Western. Those were all the keywords I put in there. People are looking for that high rise. If you see Rocky Mountain jeans, you also need to call them Rockies because it was used interchangeably. The brand is actually Rocky Mountain, but we called the jeans Rockies. And they were vintage early 90s probably. Those only took 4 days to sell. I have another pair in black online if anyone needs them. The list price, I listed them for $65. They sold for $55 on Poshmark. My cost of goods was $867 with tax, and my profit was about $35. I got these and the next few items on an out-of-town thrifting trip. So I did tell you that I was out of town for a couple of weeks. Both of those weeks, I thrifted my butt off. I was sourcing along the way, just checking out thrift stores along the road. So that was kind of fun. And the next item is also on Poshmark, a pair of mother jeans that I also sourced on a thrifting trip out of town. They were at a consignment store, so the cost of goods for those, $15.11. So it was a little bit higher, but still for mother jeans, that's pretty good. And these sold in 4 days as well. The title was Mother Insider Crop Step Frayed Jeans, size 25, stretched denim, raw cut hem high rise. They were really cute. And when I picked them up at the consignment store, the lady running the register asked me if I knew about these jeans and said, do you know how much these go retail? She had them on part of her like 75% off sale or something. And she was probably pretty surprised that they were still there. And I said, oh yes, I do. And my niece is going to be very happy because that's just, I don't want to get into, am I a reseller or what am I doing with them? And the next item was on eBay. The brand was Laja, I'm not really sure. This was a really unique top and I just fell in love with it. It was a hand-painted silk cheetah leopard, I'm not really sure which cat it was, loose fit tunic blouse top, unique Tiger King. I put Tiger King in there because Carol Baskin, is that her name? She would totally wear this shirt and she would rock it. And maybe she bought it, I don't know. It took 13 days to sell. I listed it for $88, but I took an offer for $56. And my cost of goods was $866 on this. It was also at a buy-sell trade store that I stopped at out of town. And so my profit was $40 and I was happy with that. It's a unique item. I kind of expected it to sit for a while. And so the fact that it sold in less than 2 weeks was pretty awesome. Next item is also on eBay, Peruvian Connection, which is one of my new favorite brands to find and sell. Beautiful items. And this is a dress. The title was Peruvian Connection, size small, floral midi dress, watercolor paint, teal, sleeveless. And that sold in 1 day. I had it listed for $80. I took an offer of $69 and the cost of the item was $4.99. I got this at a Goodwill when I was out of town and my profit was $48. It's a beautiful dress. I did have a stock photo on this to help show because on my little dress form over here, it just wasn't looking as flirty and cute as it really is. So I also used the stock image on that. I should introduce you to my coworkers here. This is Kelly. She is my mid to plus size dress form. I got her from another reseller and she's awesome. I really love her. I use her for anything size extra large and up. And then this is Gabriella. She is a dainty little ballerina. And I use for anything size large and lower. She can even fit a size 0 at times. I'm not really sure what size Gabby is. She's very versatile. And I also have a male dress form that I use for suits. Manny the mannequin. He's hanging out in the hallway over there somewhere. The next item is something I'm actually selling for a thrift store where I volunteer called Soul Dog Rescue. They got a large donation of collectibles and in there were like 10 of these painted ponies is what they're called. They're figurines and super unique and cute. And we just knew that we weren't going to be able to sell them for as much in the store as we could online. So I have been selling some things online for them. To help make a little bit more. You know, I know that is something that I end up paying taxes on, but I consider it. So the brand is Westland Giftware. The Trail of Painted Ponies is the name of these. This was the Crow Fair Pony 2009 Trail of Painted Ponies, Sonia Kaywood, that's the artist, number 12302 art figurine. These have all sold very quickly after listing them. I have one left. That is a really cool one. I don't know why it's sold yet. I just relisted it today, so we'll see if it moves. I had listed it for $80, and it sold for $67. The cost of the item was $0 because this was a donation. And the profit for Soul Dog Rescue is $50. Next item is an Yves Saint Laurent dress. This was a 10. The title was Yves Saint Laurent Vintage Taffeta Lace Trim, size 10 Edwardian Colonial. Oh yeah, size 10 kids. I spent $323 with taxes on it, and I had listed it for $120. I took an offer of $70. So my profit was $57. That sold same day. That Crow Fair pony also sold same day, I should mention. And the Peruvian Connection sold in one day. I think I have been forgetting to mention how many days it took to sell. All right, so I loved that one. That was a great one. And then my last in the top 10 profit items, so my highest profit margin item for April, it's not as high as I would have liked, but it was pretty good, were these True Religion jeans. I have in the title True Religion Rare Vintage Rainbow Ricky White Thick Contrast Stitch size 38. These took 20 days to sell. I had them listed for $100 at first. Oh, I think they sold outright on Mercari. Yeah, they did for $88. I have Mercari set to drop prices, and I think 88 was the bottom price that I had set. My cost of goods was $9.78 and my profit was $67. I got them at a local Goodwill. And these stood out to me. I don't do a whole lot of men's, but these were in the women's section. You know how some people just put things where they don't belong? I always look at that stuff because somebody picked it up and thought it was interesting, so I'll take a look at it. And I looked them up and I couldn't find any in this exact color with the black stitching, with the Rainbow Ricky style tag. And they're hideous in my opinion, but somebody really wanted these jeans. I thought they were kind of unique. I did have to do some work on them. They had some stains, and I think I ended up selling it with one very faint stain in the end. All right, so we're gonna move into the fast flips. 3 of the things that I already mentioned sold same day, but here are 10 more things that sold the very same day that I listed them. The first one is an Apple keyboard. This was something I got for free, and I used it once because I didn't like it because it had a numeric keypad on it. My hands just kept hitting the wrong keys. I want my trackpad, I don't use a mouse, to be right next to my keyboard, right next to the letters and not the numbers. So I got this for work. They did not want it back. I think they retail for 100 and something. So I listed it at 75. I took an offer for 34 and profited 23. So the next item is a pair of Athleta activewear pants that sold on Mercari. The title is Athleta size medium, tall length, legging pants, straight leg, black stretch lycra. I'm not exactly sure what my list price was. I'm going to think it was probably 35. I see, I think I have a typo here. So we'll just say it was 35 and that they sold for 29. My cost of goods at a local Goodwill was $217. And so my profit was $23 on those. The lady sent me a message to say she loved these pants. They fit perfectly. She was so excited because she needed that tall length. And if I get any more medium talls, to let her know. So I sure will. And the next item is sold on eBay. It's an Eileen Fisher top. The title was Eileen Fisher Woman Plus Size 2X Silk Satin Tunic Blouse Top Mixed Media Fabrics. This was gorgeous. So my list price was $55. I took an offer for $45. My cost of goods was $10.83. I paid up. And the profit was $24. Next was on Poshmark. The brand is Cool. They were just some stretchy shorts. Title is Cool Size 8 Shorts Stretch Drawstring Waist Heather Blue Space Dye 6-inch inseam. I listed them for $30. They sold for $25. Cost of the item was $433, and my profit was $14. Quick flip, not great profit. Probably could get more. But these were very basic. These weren't hiking shorts or anything. The next 3 items were sold on Facebook, which I just, my Facebook Marketplace shop kind of came to life once I came back in town. I think when you put it on vacation and then put it back on available, it kind of stimulates it a little bit. So I sold a pair of Madewell jeans. They were the Madewell size 28 Road Tripper Skinny Lightly Distressed Super Soft Denim Jeans. And I listed them for $38. They sold for $30. I should say on Facebook, I almost always have everything 30% off. Their marketplace fees are so much lower than the rest that I don't mind doing that. And I don't find that people spend much on Facebook Marketplace. They sold for 30. My cost of goods was $7.61 and my profit was 21. Madewell jeans don't always do well for me. I think this particular style is okay, and I would pick up the flare ones again, but I don't think I'll be picking up all Madewell jeans, and I certainly won't be spending almost $8 on them. The next is a pair of Miss Me jeans, also sold on Facebook. Miss Me size 29 bootcut jeans, and then I have the style number in there. It's JP5019-3 Butterfly Pockets Crystal Rhinestone. I had it listed for $75. They sold for $60. My cost of goods was almost $20, $19.78, and so my profit was $36. I don't spend that much on all Miss Me jeans, but these were in excellent condition. I got them at a consignment store, and they had 2 pairs of Miss Me jeans on 50% off. And so I went ahead and spent those. The others are still available. They've got like a zebra fur type of pocket. All right, next was a Roper top. It had a very vintage look. I really thought it was super cute. Roper size extra large pearl snap top, embroidered rodeo retro western shirt cowgirl. I had it listed for $45. It sold on Facebook Marketplace for $36. Cost of item was $4.33 and my profit was $29. Got this at a Goodwill out of town, and it was just hanging in a random place. It had no tag on it. I was afraid they were going to tell me they couldn't sell it to me, but when I took all of my stuff up to the register, I had a lot of it. I asked them how much it would be, and she asked her manager, and he said $3.99, and I was thrilled. So with tax, it was $4.33. Next item sold on eBay is a St. John top. St. John black label plus size 16 pink lace evening blouse sleeveless silk. I had it listed for $55. It sold outright for $55. Very few sales that sell outright. Cost of item was $14.11. This was also at a consignment store. I found when I was on this one thrifting trip, almost everything was consignment. And my profit was $28. That was my 2 more items in this fast flip category. They're both from Talbot's. This first one sold on Facebook. It was a Talbot's plus size 3X pop over 100% linen stripe top, roll tab sleeve, blue white. I had it listed for $25. It sold for $20. Cost of goods was $5.32, and so I made $11. And then the next was on Poshmark. It was a Talbot sweater. Talbot size large rhinestone bee sweater, navy blue embellished crystal preppy. And the list price was $35. It sold for $29. Cost of item was $5.35. And the profit was $16. Okay, moving into the womp womp category of bad buys. All of these took almost a year to sell or more. The first one took 336 days. It is a Spirit jersey, Los Angeles sweatshirt, size extra small, oversized, hot pink, long sleeve top. I did get this at the Goodwill outlet, so the bins. So my cost of goods was, I have $2 here. It was probably even less. So I don't really know why I picked this up, but I did. It's the bins. It's one of those, impulse buys because it's so cheap. I listed it for $18 originally. It finally sold for $12 and I made $8. So I got so tired of relisting that thing. When I say how many days it took to sell, that is how many days from the very first time I listed it to the day it sold. Sometimes things sell after I relist them. I don't have that data available to me, and I don't remember everything I relist and when. So it may have finally sold because I relisted it. Next, I don't know why it takes so long for North Face to sell sometimes, but I have found that the tops do not. This was North Face workout running yoga racer brack built-in bra size medium tank top. I could have had a better title there. This was a workout top, basically. It took 360 days to sell. I had it listed for $20. It sold for $8. I have cost of goods of $2 at a local Goodwill, so I made $3. Goodbye, good riddance. Next was a DR2, that's Daniel Rain. DR2 Daniel Rain, size small, boho black, white, mandala print, tunic top blouse. Took 367 days to sell. Had it listed for $25. $25 is my typical blouse price when I don't find comps that make sense to me, you know, when they're all over the place. I'll start something at 25 and then I'll lower things. It did sell for $18. So my cost of goods was 2. I made 11. This was something I also got at the bins. The next item was Poshmark Gaiam. I'm not sure how you say that brand. G-A-I-A-M. This was a pair of activewear pants. They were Gaiam size medium black crop leggings with net pockets, yoga workout running. 377 days to sell. I guess they were just too basic. Black doesn't photograph well. People aren't wearing crop pants. Gaiam retails a lot, does not resell a lot. I'm going to stop picking up that brand, but I was picking it up a lot for a while. I had it listed for $16. Price it sold for $8. Cost of item was $6. I lost $1 on that item. Womp womp. And the last bad buy that I will admit to on this video was on Tradesy. My one Tradesy sale. BB size small, black sequin, wavy stripe swing, racerback scallop edge tank top. 384 days to sell. I had it listed for 25. It sold for 6. I don't even know how that works on Tradesy. I feel like I have some typos in here or something, but that's what I got in my spreadsheet, so we're going with it. Cost of item was $1. So I made $2. I'm not even sure how I made any money on that. If it sold for 6. And that's everything. That's everything, y'all. I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate if you will like and subscribe. I know I'm supposed to tell you to do that, so please do. I will probably post a video a week. That's my goal, is to post a video a week. Maybe I'll do more. I am going to work on a haul video next, a bread and butter brands haul video. So please leave comments, ask questions. I am excited to get this channel going. Thank you very much and have a great day, y'all.